Today is an arting day, and I'm doing things a little bit differently this time. I don't normally talk in the moment, but I figured I'd give this a try and just sort of talk about what I'm doing as I do it. We'll see if that goes well. I might forget what I'm doing in the process and kind of wander, but we'll give it a shot. Hi, I'm Irene, and today this is what I'm doing. I had done a sketch. Okay, I was thinking of tattoo art, and I thought, well, maybe I'll try and come up with a design that's sort of reminiscent of tattoo art, but probably a lot more simplified because I want to do this in watercolor. And this is what I came up with. It's pretty simple, but I thought, yeah, for a seasonal design with the bat, I think is pretty fitting for October. I put a few little leafy things in there too. And what I wanted to do with this design, I wanted to use this set. This is the DERWENT GRAPHITINT set, and it's just like that. And I have used this a handful of times since I got it. It was over a year ago. Producer Mike got it for me, and I like it. I do enjoy this palette. I think it's really fun, but I haven't used it a lot. This is the swatch card that came with the set. I know that some people feel it's not representative of the colors, but I think it's fine. I think it shows the colors well enough for my purposes. So I haven't done my own little swatch insert. I just use this. But this is what I want to use today, because I think it'll look good with this design, or at least I'm hoping. I'm not sure that I'll use all three of these brushes, but these are what I've pulled out. I might use all three, I might only use a couple. We'll see. These are the Princeton Neptune series, and there's 3 rounds here. The smallest I have here is the number 4, and I have the 6 and the 8 rounds. I love these brushes. I have a number of Princeton brand brushes, and pretty much all of them I've been happy with. For paper, I'm going to use the Fabriano Artistico. Yeah, that's what I'm going to use. Fabriano Artistico. Yeah, I'm not going to bother taping it down. But I'm going to set this off to the side so that I can see it, so that I can recreate that design onto the paper. This is cold press, by the way. It is also 100% cotton. This is just called, the color is Permanent Green Olive. This is Polychromos from Faber-Castell. It's always a little awkward for me to draw and record, because normally I like to hold my drawing pad or my paper close to me as I sketch or draw. But of course, with the camera setup, I need to have that in frame. So we'll do it. We'll try this way. Totally forgot I was supposed to be talking. Yeah. So I guess that took about 10 minutes or so. The next step is I want to define these lines using, what am I using here? Well, I was going to use the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen with the bullet nib, the 1.5. I'm not sure, just because I thought I wanted to use this one, my brush fountain pen that producer Mike got for me a while back. I enjoy using this. It's a, no, it's not this one. This is it. It is a screw top. Now, what I have in here right now is the Rohrer and Klingner's Sketch Ink Lily. I'll just show you what this is. And I was concerned about maybe I wouldn't be able to get a fine enough line because I was thinking this design was going to be on a small scale, but I decided to use this. I believe this is a 9 by 12 size, and I'm wondering if I could just go ahead and use this. I like it that I can vary the line width like that, and I like this ink that I've put in here, and this is a nice flowing pen with this brush tip on there. I like using it, so I think I'll use this today. I'm not into tattoos for myself, but I do admire tattoo art that I've seen. And of course, there's different styles of tattoo art. And of course, a lot of nice tattoo art is composed of multiple elements. Sometimes there's a lot going on in these designs, and I wasn't up to creating something super complex. So this is a very simplified design here. Now this lily ink is pretty much waterproof. Which is one of the reasons why I like using it. Another reason is it's not really a black, although of course it looks very dark, I'm sure, on screen, but it's a little more interesting than just a plain black. I like to call it swampy brown. Yeah, I wanted to do a bat, but I was concerned about it looking a little too much like a Batman bat, and I didn't want that. So I kind of tweaked the design a little more. I looked up some images online of bat designs, and so I curved the wings a different way than what I had started, to kind of change it because it was looking a little DC-ish. Now the bat, I didn't want to have to study bat anatomy, so I just did a very stylized shape, and I'm actually going to go in with some swirly pattern, and hopefully I'm just going to wah-do it, and hopefully it turns out okay. Okay, so I've used the Polychromos color pencil to sketch the design. Then I used ink to define the lines. And now I'm going to paint, add color here. So I guess you would call this a line and wash technique. And I think I'm going to, well, no, that's right. I was thinking I would need a larger brush to fill in this space, but I remember now I plan to use multiple colors, so I'm going to do like little patches of color and then have them kind of, it's a little scary to when it comes time to start the painting and add the color in. I mean, it's not scary, but it's another step in the process of creating a piece. You know, the first process was designing, coming up with the design and then sketching it out and then putting that down on paper and then defining it if that's what you're doing, and then applying the paint. So that's the process for this piece. I mean, yeah, I'll wet the area here. This is the main. So I'll add this. Get it wet, and then that way when I put the colors down, they can kind of hopefully spread and touch each other and hopefully create something interesting and attractive. I don't think these paints spread a whole lot, these GRAPHITINT palette that I'm using, but we'll see. Okay, so which colors am I going to use here? I think the dark indigo for sure, which should be this one, I believe. And I really should have probably activated these a bit before I started. These cakes are a little hard, so activating them it's not as fast as with some other paints, so that's why I just want to drop some color in various places because I want the colors to kind of pop up again and again. And yeah, you can see these don't really spread, but that's fine. We'll have a soft edge in any case. And probably that purple, yeah. So this is the aubergine. The other one was dark indigo. This is aubergine, which is purple. Aubergine is the French term for, no, eggplant? Yes, eggplant. I always get it confused with zucchini, which is courgette. Steel blue. Oh my goodness, that's dark. Okay, let's pick some of that up because that one's very dark. And we'll spread that into some of these areas here. Okay, so looks a little splotchy, but I think we'll go with it. And what I'll do, I think, as well, is I'll drop in a little water droplets, just clear, just to add more interest as well. There. So when that dries, you get those blooms. I believe that's what that's called. I get the terms mixed up sometimes. Blooms, cauliflowering, I guess the green gray. Yes, the green gray, which would be this one. Oh, and I think I need to move to a smaller brush. That's why I have these different sizes, so I could move to a smaller size. Okay, so I suppose I should wet this first, and then that way I can have a consistent look, I think. So I'll do this side first with the wet. Oops, touching the wet. There we go. All right. Now we can load up on the color, or maybe not load up too much, but yeah. So I don't want to have too much pigment. I probably should have done the stem, but that's fine. Just add that in. So in thinking of this and designing it as a tattoo design, that allows me to completely ignore the negative space there. And so I'm just leaving it white, and I don't have to worry about what I'm going to do with that negative space. So, I don't know, would you call that a cheat or a hack? So this is the green gray, or gray green, green gray. And in the previous video where I demonstrated this set for the first time after I got it, that's when I did the swatching. So I do have a swatch card. I don't include it in the palette, inside the palette. And I do like this set. I think it's a cool little painting set, and I like the look of the paints. When it dries, you can see better the graphite sheen. It's subtle. It's not like in your face kind of thing. So it's subtle. So the camera might not really pick it up, especially in this lighting, but when it dries, might be able to see that better. And yeah, my hand touched the wet paint earlier and left some marks there. Normally I have something playing in the background, something on YouTube, maybe some background music or a video. But I knew I was going to be talking during this session, so I am planning to do another project after this one today, hopefully just to have enough footage where I can put up a couple of videos this upcoming week and concentrate on editing and voiceovering and so forth. And then that way I will have hopefully 2 videos to upload next week. Green. There's a term for that leafy part that cradles the rosebud. So the bud is sitting in that cradle of the leaves that hold it, and there's a term for that, and I can't remember it. Keep it green, which is basically, yeah, I'm just going to keep it green here. And I forgot I wanted to switch to the even smaller brush here, which is the number 4. Just wet that down a bit. Gotta lighten that. This is that port color. So I ended up using that as well too. Anyway, yeah, just because I wanted a little more of that color in. But now let's do some green here. Yeah, this is really still damp, this back part. I really soaked that with water, I guess. Yeah, that's going to take a while to dry. I'll probably help it along with my hair dryer that I keep in the studio here. Okay, anything else I am missing? I think. Well, let me try this, and then we'll see what else needs to be done. Shall I come in with some gold for the background? What I'm going to do is I think I will go over the outline again, make sure that's nice and bold, and then maybe add some gold to the background. This takes concentration, which is why I forgot that I'm supposed to be talking about the process. But yeah, that's looking good. I'm glad I chose to emphasize these lines, because when I come in with the gold, I really want this to pop. This also allows me to smooth some of the ragged edges. Okay, just a little bit more. And I will switch this for my cleaner water that I had there. All right. Add some more water. Add some. Get that all nice and wet. Okay. I think I will start here on this corner. And I'll come in with another smaller brush to get into those tricky edges. I knew that was going to happen. I was trying to avoid painting over the black line ink work, but yeah, I think knew that was going to happen. Which is why I wanted to do this with the large brush as much as possible. This is the blue gold shade in my set from Kuretake. It's called the Starry Night set, and it has, I think, 6 different shades of this metallic, shimmery gold. Or not just gold, but kind of silver as well. I maybe should use the smaller brush in here, but I want to get this done quickly. Yeah, my impatience is rearing its ugly head. Try and get as much of this done with the big brush. Oh my gosh, I like it. Yeah, I'm glad I chose to add that gold, that blue gold from Kuretake. I think that was a nice touch. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, so I will, let me try this, and then we'll do the final thumbnail positioning. Okay. And I just decided to touch up a little bit on the ink where the gold covered some areas, so let me just touch up. I don't know if that's going to work, actually. Oh, that helps, I think. Well, there's more than I thought. There's actually quite a bit where I was very sloppy with the gold. Oh, I need to do a close-up. I'm forgetting what I'm doing here. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that gold shimmer. I like it. It's it might not show up as well on camera, but to my eye right here, it looks really nice. Anyway. So anyway, that was my attempt at tattoo art. It was fun. I'm not going to be a tattoo artist anytime soon, but that was fun to do. So that was Artistico, Fabriano Artistico watercolor paper, cold press. And I used a color pencil, and I used a brush fountain pen with Rohr and Klingner's sketch ink called Lily. And I used several, ended up using, I think, 4 sizes of brush, Princeton Neptune brushes, but I probably didn't need all 4 sizes. I probably could have done without the number 6 and just gotten by with the 4 as the smallest and the 8 as the medium, and then the 12 as the largest, probably just to make things easier. But yeah, I did use all 4 of those on this project, including the 6. And also I used the GRAPHITINT from Derwent. This is their GRAPHITINT paint pan pocket set. Really lovely paints. And I also used from the Starry Night set from Kuretake, the blue gold. And this is the final thumbnail positioning. This is where I grab a screenshot and then create the thumbnail. And hopefully it's eye-catching. I mean,